had the other, and this is you guys asked me to take you to a cool place. So I'm taking you to probably the coolest place that I take people to, no matter how much experience they have visiting Israel. And no matter how many times people have been to Israel, if I'm going to take them to one spot that I know they've never been to, this is the spot. Okay. It doesn't matter how many trips you've been on. It doesn't matter if you come on Birthright. Doesn't matter if you come on like an APAC, like high donor mission. They're never going to take you to this spot. And I think it is the number one spot in Israel to teach you the history and the presence of Israel. And there's anybody that I've taken to this spot, and I know I'm overselling it, but I'm really not. Anyone that I've taken to this spot has never forgotten it for the rest of their lives. 5 years later, people come to me and say, oh man, remember we went to that spot? That was amazing. So I'm going to take you somewhere that's really, really absolutely incredible. It's so hot out that I was out before broadcasting with and like testing it out, and my iPhone shut down. That's how hot it is. Just to give you an idea of where we are, we're right next to Jordan, in the Jordan Valley. So today it's 107 degrees out here. This is as deep as you can possibly get into the West Bank in Judea and Samaria, because we're right on the Jordan border. When I say right on the Jordan border, I could cross over into Jordan in about 20 seconds by foot. Okay. There are soldiers that we're going to see in a second, making sure that we don't do that. And I asked the soldiers if they would come on later. One of them's from South Africa, so he's perfectly fluent in English. So it'll be very cool to hear from them and have them share experiences. So what I want to do is I want to show you the history of this place. I want to take you down to the spot that's really incredible. And let's hope that if my iPhone shuts down, I put it in the ice cream freezer. You can see there's like an ice cream freezer here. So I put it in the ice cream freezer and it cooled down in a minute. Okay, so here we go. You guys ready? Okay, and because there's no tourists in Israel, this is we're the only people here. Okay, so let me take myself off, and again, let's hope that this doesn't. Can you guys see? Yeah, you guys can see. Okay, so this spot is usually for Christians. Christians usually come here. This is where Christians pray. You could have thousands of people pray here. Okay, now I'm going to go into the shade. You can see around me, it's complete desert everywhere around me. Okay, we are in the desert in the Jordan Valley. Okay, so we're here now. What?
That's where they go.
It's hard for me to hear you. Say something.
Is this place holy for Christians?
Is it what?
Holy for Christians.
Yeah, it's really holy for Christians. Christians come to Israel. Christians come to Israel just to come to this spot. Christians come to Israel just to come to this spot. It's incredibly holy. If you look here, I'll show you 1 second. Here you go. If you look in front of me, you can see there are flags from the church with crosses on it. These are Crusader flags that they still put up for the Christians, and I'll show you like what's behind this area. Okay, now the reason why I'm going to show you this area today is because this spot today is when we talk about when we talk about creating a two-state solution, okay, and we talk about giving the West Bank, let's say, to the Palestinians for their own state. So one of the issues that's brought up is what happens if the king of Jordan, what happens if the king of Jordan is dethroned? Let's say they overthrow the king of Jordan. Now, a week and a half ago, there was an attempted coup in Jordan. They tried. And let's say the country falls to Arab terrorists. How do we make sure, if there's a Palestinian state here, that those terrorists don't smuggle heavy weapons into Israel? So Bibi Netanyahu has always said, and many other Israeli leaders say, that even if we hand the West Bank over to the Palestinians, we need to keep control of the Jordan River, okay, and the Jordan Valley, and make sure that that whole sliver alongside the border of Israel is under Tzahhal's control, under the IDF's control. The Palestinians say that's ridiculous, because then we'll be surrounded on all sides by Israeli soldiers. What kind of state is that? That's not our own state. Now, what I want to show you is this spot and how easy it would be to smuggle things. You're going to be shocked. But here's the history of this place. 3,000 years ago, The Jews came out of Egypt. They walked 40 years through the desert, and then they came to the Jordan River. At that time, the Jordan River was massive. It was a huge river. Today, it's a sliver because in the north of Israel, there's the Kinneret, the Sea of Galilee, and that water comes down through the Jordan River all the way to the Dead Sea. That water gets wasted when it goes into the Dead Sea because it dies. It becomes too salty to use. So Israel shut the water off down to a trickle from the north all the way to the Dead Sea. So the Jordan River essentially dried up. So we're right near the Jordan River when it hits the Dead Sea. So you'll see what used to be this massive river is now just a trickle. But when the Jews got here 3,000 years ago to this very spot, when they crossed the Jordan River, it was this huge river. And Hashem wanted to show the Jewish people that just like Moshe Rabbeinu was this great leader that took them across, Yoshua was going to be just as powerful of a leader. And he too was going to be just as powerful as Moshe. So Hashem split the Jordan River and Bnei Israel came into Eretz Yisrael. The first place that they came in was at this spot that I'm talking to you. That's why it's so historic. Now you'll say, how come on none of my tours, how come Ofer didn't take us here? How come like NCSY trips don't come here? How come nobody comes here? Can you raise your hand if you can hear me? Okay, good. Okay, great. Sorry, I thought I was frozen. Okay, just a sound check. Okay.
What's the name of the place?
The name of the place is Qasr al-Yahud, which is Arabic. It means the fortress of the Jews. And in English and in Hebrew, it's called the baptismal site because Jesus also used to go to the mikvah here in the Jordan River. Okay, so the Christians come here. They put on these special robes and they dunk inside the river. They wear these white see-through robes. Don't ask me why. Of all the things that they decide to wear, they wear white see-through robes, but they all do it. They all go in and just wearing that. It's very weird. But they come from all over the world to come here. And there's no one here now except for me and the soldiers. But we're going to go. I'm going to show you now the spot. Okay, so we're walking across. You can see how hot it is. I mean, I don't know if you can see how hot it is. You can see how sunny it is, at least. It is so crazy hot here, guys. Here are the soldiers. We'll talk to them soon. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. This is insane. You guys have never seen anything like this. Okay, so here's like the sitting area for like tourists come, and their tour guide will have them like sit here. Oh, wait, you guys are looking at me. Sorry, hold on. You guys have been looking at me the whole time. Okay, so this is like the tourist area. Okay, yeah, you can see there's a lot of, all of a sudden it turns from desert to trees because of the water. Now, here's the crazy thing. You ready? Watch this. Do you guys see the sign in front of me that says water level? Okay. In 2013, the water was this high. It's like feet up. And now, okay, now watch this. Do you guys see in front of me do you see the water?
Yeah.
Okay. That right over there is Jordan. This is the border. Okay. You see the flag waving? That's the Jordanian flag. That's a Jordanian church over there. My gosh, I wish there was shade here. Okay. And this is how close.
Why is it called the Fortress of the Jews?
Can you guys fortress? I don't know, because there used to be, I guess, fortresses here, and Jews, I guess. I don't know. Now there's just a lot of churches. Okay. Any other questions? Gabby, can you wait till Andrea comes back? Andrea comes back and Jimmy comes back. Thanks. Okay. Any other questions? That's the only question. Did you guys get to see the river?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Did you guys see how small the river was?
Yeah, how it had tiny boundary.
It's what?
Tiny boundary.
It's very. I didn't hear what you said. No.
Had a very tiny boundary.
Very right. The border is tiny. Okay, it's an incredibly small border. You could easily bring heavy weaponry across, which is why it's so important that if you would ever, I think it's a bad idea anyway, to give this away. But if you would ever give it away, I think it would be a horrible idea. I want to wait till my phone cools down and I want to take you back. But I'm going to take you straight there so that we can get like a lot of time there. I want you to see the Jordanian side and how crazy the Jordanian side is. So that way, just feel the phone. Let's see, maybe if I, no, it is off. Okay, I was gonna say if I turn the battery case off, but it is off. Okay, so that's the story. Okay, anyone have any other questions before we go back down there? No. Okay, so here we go. You guys ready? Okay, let's see if we do this very fast so that we don't waste time here. There's actually like a family came in the meantime with like 4 people. Here, let me turn this around so you guys aren't looking at me, but you're looking at the good stuff here. Okay. Okay, do you guys see from here? Can you guys see the Jordanian flag there waving?
No,
You don't see it?
not really.
Not really? Okay. We'll go down. We'll go down closer. Okay. Okay, so now we have peace with Jordan. So right now we're not really worried about anything happening. But almost fell there. Okay. Yeah. You can see it says like border ahead. See the sign there? Okay. Just showing you guys quickly. Okay, so here, ready? This is how small the border is. Okay. So if you had, now I actually have a friend in Amman, Jordan. Now you can see the flag. Okay. So I have a friend in Amman, Jordan, and we can't see each other because it's too difficult to get to each other. Like for me to go to Amman, he can't come into Israel. So what we do is he stands on that deck, and this is what it looks like from his perspective. Right, this is the Israel side, and we actually have conversations like this when we want to go see each other. So that's how we meet. But so this is like about a 30-minute drive to Amman, to the capital of Jordan. And you can see, by the way, how gross the water is, because again, there's no like real fresh water that comes down here. But Christians come here and they baptize themselves here. They dunk in this water. Okay, and like usually there's a couple hundred Christians here when it's not Corona, and you can see like the flowers, how beautiful it is. Okay, so this is where the Jews crossed over back in the day, and this is, you could see the border now and how it's so significant. That's what I wanted to show you. I don't know, I think you guys would be more excited. You guys don't seem too excited about this, but in any case, okay, let's go see if we can talk to the soldiers before. I thought it was cool, but you guys are like not so into this. Okay. But again, I just want to show you, like, this is the floor. This is level on that. The water used to be up here just 8 years ago. Okay. So when they shut the water off from coming down, that was it. Okay. So let's see if we could talk to these soldiers, get their story. And hopefully the iPhone won't shut off. Okay, guys, I'm coming to you now. Okay. You don't have to get up. You can sit down. Okay. So here we go. Okay. What's your name? Matt. This is Matt and Shai. Okay. So you can see they have a very hard job here, right? This is guarding Israel's border. They are really the only 2 soldiers guarding all of Israel's eastern border. Happening. Okay. So Shai, tell us where you're from and how you ended up here. Oh, Shai, sorry. Matt, tell us how you ended up here and what you're doing.
I was recruited on August 2020.
Okay.
COVID pandemic. I was enlisted to being a border patrol in Israel, and I came to our unit. We had like a platoon that encouraged us to go up and take this position. We are officially warriors here for only 2 months now. And one of the jobs we need to do daily is guarding this the Qasr al-Yahud. So we are the 2 people today. Every day we'll switching between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. We're switching. This is the time we're guarding here, and between the other times it's like a closed area. No one can get in or get out.
Okay.
So this is what's going on. And every time that we're closing, they're opening the gates. So we put 2 soldiers here to guard the people here, the people from the other side if they try to cross, and that's what we do here.
So you're here on a 12-hour shift from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with all this gear. In Celsius, it's 43 degrees, and in Fahrenheit, it's 107 degrees. With all of this stuff, you can. So the side to the left is Yerushalayim, and to the right is Beit Shai, which is up north. We're gonna go away from Yerushalayim. We're gonna go towards. I'm taking you now. I want to show you a couple of things here. Okay, so now we're on like one of those big highways. Okay, see here's the speed sign goes up to 90 kilometers an hour. You can go. Okay. Okay, we're good on time here. Okay, you can see, by the way, you're looking at Jordan now. Okay, like there's a little bit of the valley until you get to the border of Jordan right here. Okay, so this is like, you can see desert, and I don't know if you can see mountains over there, but those mountains are Jordan, and the top of the mountain is Amman. Okay, so the army truck, there was a nice Mercedes before. Some of you might have been on this highway before. I don't know, some of your summer programs might have taken you. Okay, we're almost where I want to show you. Okay, yeah, I can see here's the sign coming up. Okay, so under the Oslo Accord, okay, this is where you want to start paying attention now. Under the Oslo Accord, Israel, the West Bank was split into 3 areas. Area A, Area B, Area C. Area A is only for Palestinian control. Okay, so here we go. You ready? I'm going to pull over here. You can see here's a sign for Jericho. Okay, this is the sign for the bridge to Jordan. You guys see this? Okay, King Hussein border crossing is called the Allenby. Okay. Okay, then watch this sign here. Okay, I'm driving here to show you 2 signs. This is one of them. Okay, so we're in Israeli controlled area. So look what it says here. You ready? Can you guys see this slide? Can you read it? Yeah. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So in Hebrew it says Shetach A. Okay. Aknisa Asura Yisraelim. And then it says it in Arabic, and then in English it says Area A. Entry forbidden for Israeli citizens. So the Palestinians don't put this up. The Israelis put this up. This is Israeli law has this, because if Israelis go into Area A, it becomes way too dangerous for them, and they could get killed. Now, there's some parts of Area A that's safe for them, and some parts that are not. Jericho happens to be more safe than others. If an Israeli went into, let's say, Issawiya, Andrea, can you put your bag down and your phone away? Like, I really worked hard on this for you guys, and it's a little dispiriting when you're. Thank you. Okay, so this is all I'll show you. So as you approach Jericho, okay, you start to see more and more street signs on the highway that say, like, A, that's red, right? You see how, like, the arrow is red here, and then 2 black arrows to go straight. So the black arrows are for Israelis, that they can go there, okay? And here you see, this is the entrance. We can't go all the way through because the army stopped you, but this is the crossing into the Allenby Bridge. It used to be called the Allenby Bridge. They named it after King Hussein when he died, okay? And now what we have to do is we have to cross, like, an entire